Before you sign that brand deal, ask yourself, is it really a good fit? I'm going to show you some red flags and give you some guidelines on how to know if it's a good fit and some red flags to look out for to protect your personal brand. Hi, I'm Bree, your go-to specialist for branding strategy and social media, and I am the founder of Purpose Brand Management. In today's video, we're breaking down how to spot red flags and what you can do to protect your personal brand. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. You want to hear all these tips and tricks. So before we get into it, I do represent some influencers, so I'm constantly reading contracts, and I just want you to know some things that I spot immediately, but a lot of beginners sometimes fall into a trap with, if that makes sense. So the biggest red flag that I find typically are vague deliverables. Like, you definitely want to make sure that there is some A to B or B to C type of way that they want you to deliver these deliverables, and they don't need to be vague. If the brand doesn't clearly define to you what they want from you once they send you that product, you are going to have a lot of issues because now there's going to be no clear definition of what they can expect. So if you produce something for them and they're like, oh, we didn't like it, this isn't what we were really looking for. You spent a lot of time, hours filming, editing, and you thought you really put heart and soul into it. Now you've wasted time, and now there's going to be an issue and a tisk between you two because there wasn't a clear deliverable guideline to start. Always ask for specifics. I don't care if it's a gifted campaign. I don't care what it is. If you sign your name on the dotted line somewhere, if you sign your name in a contract, make sure it is specific. Make sure that, you give them, you read how many redos they can get. You read how you're supposed to film. When is it due? How long should it take? What day to post? Everything should be specific when it comes to collaborations. One time, one influencer I worked with thought that they only had to produce one post on Instagram. And later the brand was like, oh, can you also post multiple stories? Since they signed, this was a contract they signed before they were signed to me, I couldn't really do much because the contract was so vague. But she didn't want to post the stories because honestly, like, her story fee was like $7.50 per story. So she had to end up just posting the stories for free because the contract was vague. Another big red flag, if they tell you that they're going to use your content in perpetuity or they want it to be exclusive without compensation, you are getting played. Let's even get into getting paid. A lot of people are like, okay, I've gotten some gifted campaigns where they have me sign a contract. In my opinion, it is absurd when people want you to sign contracts for gifted collaborations because you are not getting paid for this. You need to let them know if they want to send over a contract, hey, like, this is a gifted campaign. I'd happily post if I like the product, if I'm feeling it, but I would not like to be obliged to posting 2 times on Instagram, 1 time on TikTok for a free product. That is way too much work. We have to keep in mind, guys, brands can only do what we allow. If everyone keeps signing these gifted contracts and posting so much content for free, the value of what you can charge goes down. So going back to brands asking for exclusivity or in perpetuity, which, number one, if they're asking for that and it's free, do not take the collaboration under any circumstances. That should never be the case. This is limiting your earning potential. If they're like, we don't want to pay you for that, then let them know that they can only use your post organically. They can't run paid ads on it. Make sure you make that clear and that they put that in a contract. And if they don't want to send you a contract, do not get that product, because now they're going to use your content that you created for free wherever, whenever, for however long. Now let's move to a paid campaign. You should be charging more for exclusivity, and you should never be doing any deals that say in perpetuity, which means they can use this piece of content forever. You should have a clock on how long the content can be used, because they will be trying to run marketing campaigns around it, trying to use it in commercials. Like, you want to make sure that your art and your time and your effort is protected. So make sure you understand those key terms: in perpetuity, exclusivity. Exclusivity just means like, hey, we want you to produce this, but we only want you, like, let's say you're working with, what's a good brand? Dove, and you're doing their body wash. We want you to be exclusive, which means you can't work with any competitor body wash brands. If they're giving you a low rate, they are harming your income potential, because guess what? Typically, if you do a really good job on a body wash ad on your Instagram, Olay and other brands may say, hey, this person really got good engagement on this. We should send her some of our products and do the same. You get what I'm saying? So you don't ever want to give them that right. Now, this one's a little bit controversial, but another big red flag for me is lack of creative control. And here's why that's really a big red flag to me. I feel that typically when it comes to, okay, the brand is looking for creators. And a creator or influencer is the one that has nurtured and created this high engagement rate that they're seeking. So for them to insert a script to potentially make engagement lower because they don't know what your audience is wanting as far as in terms of engagement, that's hurting you and hurting the page. If you ever find yourself and they're like, oh, I have a script, you need to ask them, is it flexible? Is the script flexible? Can I add? Can I take away? Because I want this to be as authentic as possible. And some brands will do that because they know, like, if they want this ad to, you know, have high engagement, the influencer needs to produce this in their tone and in their creative style. If not, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb on their profiles and no one will engage with the piece of content. So be very mindful if they're very strict about how much creative control you actually have when producing the content. This can harm you down the line. You don't want to take $1,000 brand deal where they wrote every single piece of the script for you and now you have a low performing ad on your Instagram and other brands can see that and now you've missed out on additional money, thousands of dollars because you had a bad performing ad. Stick to your authentic self when it comes to what brand deals to accept and how you make them on your profile. So how to negotiate better terms. Knowing your rate is so important. And a lot of people will be like, well, how do I know my rate? Knowing your rates takes a deep dive of your own personal analytics, engagement, your reach, your followers, all these pieces of your analytics is justifying your pricing. I tell people all the time, if you can't tell me where every dollar is coming from when you give me your rate, then you don't know why you're charging what you're charging. Now, this will help if you have some industry knowledge on what to charge, but most people, especially beginners, do not. I think the best thing you can do if you're not sure about pricing, of course, I offer like influencer pricing sessions, but if you wanted to go the free route, you could sign up for places like Collabster that allows you to look at other people similar to your size and see what they're charging. But the thing is, two people could have 10,000 followers, but could be charging $1,000 for a reel, and the other person could be charging $3,000 because of metrics. Follower count does not equal money. It goes way farther than that, but that can potentially maybe give you a starting point. But you really need to know your engagement metrics and how unique of a platform you have compared to other people that are your competitors. It's a lot that goes into pricing. So like I said, a good starting point could be potentially going on Collabster and looking at other people. And then of course, maybe seeking some professional help if you don't know where to start with that. Always counter offer. Like, in my opinion, you should never take a deal at face value. You taking a deal that immediately comes to your inbox, no, there's always a way to negotiate. If somebody is saying, hey, we want to gift you this product, you need to ask them, like, what do I need to do within this gifted campaign for the next one to be a paid campaign? If they have nothing to say or they can't tell you, like, ways that they can, or actual metric details on how you can potentially get to a paid partnership, really think about, is this a partnership that you actually want to do, and will it be worth it? Will it be a great representation of your brand? Say no. A lot of people don't say no, and it shows, and it looks bad to other brands, guys. Keep that in mind. When you do a lot of low-end brand deals, it makes the value of your content go down, and it makes it seem like, oh, this person's just doing anything. And brands pay attention to that. I know you guys don't think so, but they really do pay attention to that, and that plays a big piece. So start saying no. You should not be taking everything that comes your way. So I hope this kind of helped the people who are kind of in the beginning phases of getting brand deals, don't know where to start. This is kind of more so a beginner video. I'll probably make more deeper videos about brand deals going forward, but I just wanted to give you guys some red flags to look out for. Lastly, another big red flag. Be mindful of people who say that they will pay you on commission. Make sure there is a contract involved. A lot of people give you they say, oh, you can make money through commission. commission if you post this link. A lot of people will do that and then you don't get a payout from commission. So make sure that you have an actual contract and you can see a balance. Like they have a link to something where you can see the balance of how much you make in commission. If not, you should not be doing the deal. They're scamming you. So overall, brand deals are like amazing opportunities. I hope everyone can get a piece of the pie when it comes to brand deals, but you also have to keep in mind that every deal is not a good one. So you want to make sure you're filtering them using the knowledge I've given you, just knowing some industry trends and industry keywords that will help you. If you found this video helpful and you made it to the end, make sure you drop that secret emoji right here. I'm glad you guys stuck around for another video. If you ever need one-on-one services, hop down in my description box. They're all there for you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.